a quick review. So this is the bracket I whipped up. Damage right here like an idiot, but it's in. So more or less, I'm gonna start mounting the radiator, either because these will still work. So I'm gonna put those back in and mount the radiator to bolt over here or bolt off this bracket right here. But yeah, she coming together. There we go. Looks fairly even. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try doing it now. So currently this is what I have set up. I have everything is held in place, it's floating. So I think this is gonna be it. So I'm happy with I'm happy with how we turned out. I have these brackets on. I just gotta weld them up and then figure out how to tie in this. How to tie in these. So those are the standoff that supports the radiator. So I have to figure out how to do that. More than likely I'll just make another one of these a little taller, and that should be able to support the radiator, or figure something out. But this was the most important part. So the oil cooler, everything is in place. The grill more or less fits. So there you go. The grill fits. Ooh, can even tell. And now that's it. So I wanted to run the OEM hood latch, but yeah, I'd much rather just have the clearance between the back housing. I will still run a blanket on it, but you know, the more space the better. So yeah, I'm gonna weld this up. So this is what it's gonna look like. The fans are in place. I got a good amount of space between the fan and the turbo. So what I did is I made a bracket that bolts to the front of the radiator. You can probably see it in there somewhere. And that gave me enough space to organize everything. So it's starting to look like a car again. I put the covers back in, and now we're just gonna just throw this on. So more or less, there you go. That's how it would look. Pretty OEM-ish. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far. Now we just gotta start finalizing the harness for the fan. I just gotta lube it up, send it to the engine bay. So these are a few more parts that just came in. There's a few more parts I have to get braided lines so I can run the lines for the intercooler. But I think most of the spending is already done. So yeah, let's open these up, see what we got. So one thing we needed was the skunk tool gaskets. Got those. Hopefully this is the right fitting for the fuel pressure regulator, so I could use the black one as opposed to the red one. These are all the banjo bolt fittings, upgraded lines, because I had a 45 degree, this is a 20 degree one, so I'm gonna use that. Try to make it look a little better over there. This is also one of the banjo lines because I couldn't find the right fittings thread count, so hoping one of these two will work. I think it should be this one. But yeah, these are just some line holders to help organize the things. But I'm gonna throw these in, hopefully clean the car up, and hopefully finalize the brake system so I can start closing it up and move on to everything else. I still have to finalize the location for the lower brackets just to hold it in place, and once that's done, then I believe just get the T bracket, then I can start fixing the exhaust. And this is the ride wire harness. Here you go for the T1 cam trigger kit. So I'm gonna install this. Hopefully that take care of most of the wiring for the vehicle, and I could just go ahead and start adding the other harness that I have in the vehicle.
game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
So if you want to have the fuel pressure regulator and just have a quick 90 to convert it from the banjo fitting, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need this radium fitting right here. So right now this allows me to bolt it in and clear the intake manifold. Okay, so the purpose of the line was so I could install this straight. It's connected to that and have basically a cleaner looking fuel system. So yeah, I think it came out well. I'm not gonna hardwire it. I'm not gonna hard mount it all the way in because I'm still waiting for the AEM diaphragm, E85 compatible diaphragm to come in, and also have to wait for the seals for the bottom of the injectors to fit this manifold. So once those come in, I could bolt everything up. So hopefully within next week the fuel system will also be finished. So now we're going to move on to the brake lines, because as you can see, the 45 fitting is a little bit too steep, so hopefully I can switch it out, put the other section of intake manifold on, and that will clear it. Okay, so everything is in place more or less. It's not completely tight yet, so I'm just doing a test fitting, and it looks like everything's gonna clear. I'm just waiting for the T-bracket. So once the T-brackets get here, then I could, finalize the fitting and then just start tighten up all the lines, fittings, the hose. So everything is basically just waiting on that part to come. But yeah, everything is good. I'm probably gonna put the gaskets on the turbo just to knock that out, because I don't think I'm gonna be moving the turbo anymore. I'm trying to run the intercooler piping down and up, so I think that's the right spot for everything. The alternator's in place, so yeah, I think so. So now I'm just gonna basically start on the wiring, just laying the wiring out, see more or less where it's gonna go, and just figure out that portion of it. This is still the next thing I'm gonna have to worry about, but that shouldn't be hard. I have a couple ideas that I'm gonna work off of that will fix this problem. So yeah, I think I'm good on that end. And that's the fitting that we just purchased, radium one. So it gives me a lot of clearance for the fuel line to go in, and since it's swivel, it'll just be fine. Before, it was hitting the actual intake manifold, so I purchased this one, and that should give me a cleaner look for the return line. The brake lines are all more or less in place. I got the new fittings, everything clears. So everything clears, the 20-degree worked. Now that that's done, I'm just going to start organizing them a little better. I have the brackets to hold them in place.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's